Wagwan, my loves. It's Knowledge Butterfly. As always, sending you guys out peace, blessings, love, and abundance out into the ether on this beautiful Thursday. This video is going to be um, about what is consciousness, because people are always talking about consciousness, and I remember right before I started to go through a lot of emotional issues. I used to be in that whole, I used to be on Twitter all the time, and I would be tweeting hashtag stay woke and all of this shit, which stay woke is really just another name for consciousness. So what really is consciousness? All right, well, I'm going to tell you my perspective on consciousness and what my spirit told me consciousness is. Consciousness is your thought process. It's the way you think. All right. So if you are vibrating on a lower frequency, that means that your thoughts are pretty negative. That means that your thoughts are pretty mundane, or very mundane and humanistic type of thinking. So your thought process is on, and this is no shade to people if you watch sports or if you're a big sports fan, but your thoughts are on like football games and basketball games and all that type of stuff. Your thoughts are focused on, what the weather looked like, what your local news is talking about. Your thoughts are on, you hate your job, or you hate your body, or you hate your hair, or whatever it may be. So if you are vibrating more on a higher frequency, your thoughts are going to be on being very, very curious and just wanting to be an eater of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You want to devour a plate of knowledge. That's the food, that you want to take in. So I remember when I first started getting into consciousness, I was watching a video from this guy named Osei Kufor, and it's spelled Osei Kufor, I think is how it's spelled. And he used to always talk about everything is food. So what are the ingredients? What the hell are you taking in? So according to what you're taking in, you're actually feeding that thought. You're feeding that, lower vibrational energy. All right. If you're taking in higher vibrational food, then you're feeding the higher vibrational food. Now, that doesn't mean just because you're taking in knowledge that, your ego is not still involved, because your ego is always going to be here as long as you're in a human body, one. And two, if you haven't merged your ego with your higher self, your ego is going to continue to feed you that you're better than other people, or it's going to try to take over whatever level of consciousness that you're at, okay? Because that's what the ego does. It wants to stay relevant. It wants to be in charge. It wants to be the boss, all right? And so you're going to have multiple ego deaths, meaning that you are constantly transforming yourself. Shout out to the ancestors, because yesterday they revealed to me why, because I was wondering why I kept seeing dead animals. Like almost every time I go walking on the streets, like right now, it's a dead armadillo near the park that I normally like to go to. And yesterday I made myself look at it, because it's been there for over a week now. And I noticed that the head had been, if you are squeamish, you may not want to listen to this part, but I noticed that the animals that had been feeding on it, because I saw a vulture, I keep seeing vultures, had eaten the head, but they didn't eat the tail. They didn't eat that part, because animals know that, certain parts of the body, you shouldn't consume it, because, again, you are becoming that thing. You know what I'm saying? You're taking on the energy of whatever you're fucking eating. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. So the ancestors were showing me that the reason why I keep seeing dead animals all around is because I keep having ego deaths, one, and also I keep moving up to different levels. So that's a symbol of me transforming, me shedding something that's old and outdated and becoming something new. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the ancestors for revealing that to me. But yeah, so again, levels of consciousness is literally your thought process. That's why they say If you change your perspective, you can change your reality. So perspective means you're changing the way that you think. So when you continue to change the way you think and you convert that, the best way to um, quelch or, you know, tame your ego is to, one, uh, turn your knowledge, like cultivate your knowledge into wisdom, and cultivate your wisdom into understanding, because when it becomes understanding, that is it, it's a part of you. You know what I'm saying? You're literally imprinting that in your DNA, or if it's already in your DNA, you're actually activating that thing in your DNA. And the more you keep doing that, the more will be revealed to you, and so you'll get a deeper understanding of one particular subject. So, for instance, like I've been delving into numerology, astrology, the Kabbalah, and all those things for about a year now. However, every time I get an added layer, something new, I keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into whatever subject that I, take on. So that's really what this video is about. It was pretty short. Levels of consciousness. So the levels of consciousness, like I said, have to do with your thought process, and your thoughts are colors too. One thing I want to add as well, just like your chakras are colors, your thoughts are colors, because the colors are based upon whatever the vibration is. So if it's the lowest vibration, it's going to be in red, all right? And if it's a little bit higher, it'll be in orange. If it's a little bit higher, it'll be in yellow. And it keeps going, and it's the chakra, it's the frequencies of the chakras. That's where your thoughts fall into place. And so there is a thought plane or a mental plane, whatever you want to call it, just like we have a mental body, all right? And based upon what your thought is, you'll create either lower vibrational thoughts. So your thought plane, the thought bubbles, like in the cartoons that you're putting out into the motherfucking atmosphere, is connecting to people. And that's why your moods can change really easily. And that's why people who are empaths, you're very, very sensitive to the thought plane. You're very, very sensitive to people's feelings as well, their emotional body. So you're sensitive to people's mental body. That's that psychic energy. And you're also sensitive to people's emotional body. All right. And the very last thing I want to bring up has to deal with the texture of your hair. All right. So my melanated sisters and queens who have a more coiled, like a snake, a more coiled hair texture, like the serpent, Medusa in this bitch. Probably grew up not liking your hair because somebody told you, and subliminally told you that something was wrong with your hair, that it was quote unquote nappy, kinky, unruly, which unruly, give me that unruly anytime, honey, because it don't fit in a box, all right? And they subliminally told you that through the hair ads and commercials with the women with the straight hair, doing their hair like this, and that meant that it was better, supposedly. And then also cartoons like The Simpsons, and you had Sideshow Bob, and Sideshow Bob had that curly hair, and they made him quote unquote evil. All right, so just little things like that can actually gets into your subconscious mind if you weren't raised to know that nothing was wrong with your hair. Then you start hating your hair. All right. So I posted on Instagram in my story the different patterns of hair, going from the one pattern hair to the 4C, the 1A to the 4C hair. And then the next picture I posted was a comparison based upon the different types of waves, like microwaves, infrared, and gamma rays, and so on and so forth. Gamma rays is the highest wave pattern, the highest frequency that you can achieve, at least in as far as we know on this earthly plane. And the gamma rays are tied to the atom, which is the beginning. You know what I'm saying? The atom nuclei. And that's the beginning, of everything. So your hair is tied to the motherfucking beginning of everything. Like I said, it's shaped like a coiled up snake, the Uraeus. Your hair is a symbol of the motherfucking Uraeus that the Egyptians would wear. All right, to signify their deity status and their divinity, to signify that they had aligned their chakras and they had moved their kundalini energy, the serpent, which is coiled in your root chakra or the bottom of your spine. They had moved the kundalini energy all the way up to the seat of the soul, which is the pineal gland. All right. That's what your hair, your crown represents. So don't ever, ever, ever let anybody tell you that there's something wrong with this. That's why in countries like South Africa, or even here in America and other countries where Europeans try to make it against the law or make you feel bad or tell you it's not professional to rock your natural hair, on an unconscious level, that is because of the fear of what this hair represents. When your hair is straight, it's representing the linear thought pattern, thinking with your left brain, thinking analytical, thinking more on a intellectual wavelength versus thinking on a conscious, aware of who you are. This represents consciousness. This represents the universe. This represents the alpha and the omega. Like my hair is like an O shape. It's like some of it looks S and some of it looks O. However, it's shaped like the serpent energy, that serpent power. And that represents to them somebody who is unruly and somebody who knows who they are. And so on an unconscious level, if you recognize your divinity and you rocking your crown, because look at it, it's shaped like a crown. So that is going to unconsciously cause fear for those who are afraid of us coming back into our consciousness and coming back into our right mind. And they say right mind for a reason, your right brain thinking. You've activated that right side of your brain, that right hemisphere of your brain. Therefore, you are balanced your left and your right side, your yin and your motherfucking yang, a lot of lane, but your yin and your yang energy, all right? That's really all that I wanted to talk about today, guys. I really hope that you guys got some type of inspiration, especially for my queens who have been told that something was wrong with your crown. Rock your crown, ladies, rock it, okay? If you are feeling the vibrations of my channel, you can go ahead and hit the button in the video to subscribe to my channel. Also, remember to turn on my notifications so you can be notified when I upload and post new videos, y'all, so you can be in the know. As well as you can follow me on my social medias and we can get social with one another. I have my Instagram for my Knowledge Butterfly, as well as my Facebook, Empress Frost Star, for my Knowledge Butterfly channel. I also have my Instagram for my business, Heal Soul, the Holistic Energy Alchemist. And Heal Soul stands for Holistic Energy Alchemy Solutions. All right, soul solutions, because I'm all about soul. The soul, not your ego, all about your soul growth, okay? And let your soul glow. Shout out to B.O.B. and Brother Panic. And also, I have the email address for my business, Heal Soul. You can send me an email so you can get a free consultation, as well as I'll tell you about what we offer, the services that we offer, and how we can go ahead and get them chakras balanced and aligned, all right? So I appreciate you guys for, like I said, tuning in. I love you guys. Peace.